Hello everyone, this is Arafel playing a Link to the Past Randomizer Litemare, which is a mode I made up where I took out the things I like least about Nightmare, but kept the parts I find interesting. So last time we found some neat stuff. We got the boots off, I believe, the bottle merchant, and we also found the red cane, which is likely to be important. But yeah, we have the items are shuffled as always. Full keys, key map compass, Keysanity shuffle. We have enemy shuffle, as you can see here. We have inverted, we have full boss shuffle, and most chaotic of all, we have the insanity entrance randomizer, which means a lot of things, but the big one is that if you go in an entrance and come back out, you could end up someplace completely different. But one thing I also noticed last time that I just hadn't realized was that normally in entrance randomizer, Skullwoods, except for the back part of the dungeon, is forced to be in Skullwoods. All the entrances from Skullwoods go into the Skullwoods dungeon. All the holes drop into the Skullwoods dungeon. All the exits out of the Skullwoods dungeon come back to the Skullwoods overworld area. The randomizer help thing says that this is still the case on Insanity, that Skullwoods is still restricted to Skullwoods, but this is clearly not the case from what we've seen. We've gotten into Skullwoods from all over the place, we've gotten out of Skullwoods to all the place, and I finally noticed last session that the drop-downs from Skullwoods do not necessarily go to Skullwoods. So here's the log I've been keeping. Yeah, between this time and last, I've added some of the entrances that I know exist, but we haven't checked, but yeah, the Forest Stump and the Light Road goes into Skullwoods. The Cackwell drop-down goes into Skullwoods. And if we keep scrolling down, and one of the drop-downs to Skullwoods goes into Skullwoods, but we have a Skullwoods entrance that goes to Fairies, another one that goes to Hookshot Cave. One of the drop-downs went into the Kakariko Well, so yeah, things can be kind of all over the place with this. Which is potentially important because we've seen gloves in the thieves hideout. You need a drop-down to get there. I assumed we needed to use a drop-down that was not a Skullwoods drop-down, but it could be one. So yeah, long story short, we have two more drop-downs here to check. One of them might go to the gloves, and one of them might go to Ganon. So, we found Ganon. That's good to know. But it is not immediately useful. However, we do also have the drop-down that goes to how you're supposed to get to the big chest. So, let's go to that. Yeah, and I keep forgetting, if you're going into Skullwoods, you can't use the northern entrance there because that doesn't connect to the dungeon. It's not like the Light Road where you can take any way in you want. Okay, that doesn't kill them. But yeah, this drop-down we need to check still. And now we at least know it can't go to Ganon. And we have the back of Escape. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to try to navigate to Dark Cross without a light, as I mentioned earlier, but we can grab these. Small key to GT, and gloves. So, yeah. We have gloves now. Which means that those other gloves might not even be necessary. Alright, where was Sanctuary itself? Alright, we don't know where Sanctuary is because it's inverted, so that's not a starting place. So it's worth coming back out. Or coming out, rather than... Yeah, because normally I'd just save and quit out of here because we'd have already seen the Sanctuary, but no, this is inverted. But let's try not to die. Well, never mind. Should have been boomeranging sooner. But that's okay. We can just save and continue from here. Yeah, the wonders of Randomizer. There. Just throw a boomerang in his face. It's no big deal. Alright, we're in the Dark World. So we're having the Dark World versions of monsters, even though they look like the White World versions. Alright, we have been here. Okay, so where was this then? Right, floating islands. Did I not have that marked? No, Arrow Game went to Sanctuary, which went to floating islands. Okay, so... just finished marking that off. Skullwood's chest drop down goes to the back of the escape, which connects to the Sanctuary, which comes out on floating island. Did we have anything else up here to check? We haven't seen Tiara Ledge West, but we can't get there from here. So... Silver Bunny Top goes to Old Man Back, goes to Desert Main, goes to Paradox Bottom. Have we seen all the exits from Paradox? We haven't seen the top, but you can't get to the top from the bottom without the mirror. So, that takes us back to Skull Woods, though. Is there anything else there I wanted to check? Skull Woods, where's Skull Woods? No, we checked all the Skull Woods entrances except the back, which we cannot do without the fire rod. But I did want to go to Hookshot Cave, so that's Skull Woods middle right. Which was it that went into... Right, the top of Super Bunny goes to... Oh, we can also pick this up now. Okay, this is Useless Fury. Oh, I forgot to list this on my lists of entrances. But yeah, this is Useless. Useless Fairy, specifically. Mark that off in case we find the drop down so that we can connect it to whatever this is. Okay, that goes to Aga Tower. Right, because this is inverted, this is Aga Tower rather than Ganon's Tower. Yeah, that was all fairies. So I just want to come back across to the top of Super Bunny Cave. So let's go to back of Old Man, which will come out the main desert entrance, which goes into... Yeah, and I couldn't get past here anyway as a bunny. Well, I could with the mirror, but... Alright, this comes to Skullwood's middle left, but I wanted Skullwood's middle right. Can I actually get there from here? Skullwood middle left, this goes to fairies. The drop down goes to... That just takes us back to Super Bunny. So never mind. Yeah, even with notes, it's hard to keep track of all this stuff. Alright, and I do have boots. I should remember that. so what I wanted here was the middle right entrance. Which is this one over here. So this will give us Hookshot Cave. We have not seen the other exit of this, I believe, and also with the boots we can get one of the items legitimately. There's also hovering, but I really don't hover unless I'm actually using the emulator turbo function, which, let's not do that. Yeah, we have not seen this exit to Hookshot Cave. So kind of skirt around that. So here, you can bonk across that. You can bonk across this. And here's a sword. Everyone loves seeing swords. Can't bonk across this, though. It's too far. I would just fall in the hole. Get back here. And try to remember exactly where this is. Okay, this is the old man's whatever you call the place where he lives. So, all right, how did I label that? Old man front. Okay. Hookshot right goes to old man front. And I guess I should mark off that I got the boots chest, but okay, can we get to anything from here? Top of Spec Rock goes to Catwall, goes to the Elder, which gives us some more things to check. Entrances. I want to go back to Thieves Town, or the Thieves Town entrance, rather. Because that is the entrance to Ganon's Tower. And with the boots and the cane, we can actually get a few things there. More if I do a bit of bomb jumping. These bombs under these. I know one of those rocks has bombs in the light world. Apparently it also is one that has bombs in the dark world. At least sometimes. Actually, if we checked all the other Village of Outcasts entrances... We have not checked C-shaped house, we have not checked the brewery, and of course we haven't checked Timber Pegs. So you still can't get to that. You need the mitts. Actually, not necessarily, because in inverted you can mirror to that. I'm not sure, wrong entrance. Okay, we can still check entrances here. Wait, what did I just go in? Because I thought... Was that C-shaped house that went to the top of Paradox? No, Thieves Town entrance. It's Chestgate that's Ganon's Tower. I misread that. Okay, and Paradox top comes out, Elder right. So we got the items from Paradox, so that's fine. Paradox top to Elder right. So we now know where all the exits from Paradox Cave go. Alright, let's come up and check the Fortune Tower. As that's the first thing on the list. That's not... Oh, we got the normal high roll music now. Probably because music changes coming out of town. Okay, CAC Fortune is K45, which is just arrows. So this is a single exit cave, so it will come back out the same place, even on Insanity Shuffle, which is useful to keep in mind. Music changed again. But yeah, we've done the Elder Left, that was Skullwoods. We've done Blind's Hut, that's a money cave. Drop down, this is Skullwood's big chest. The cave itself goes to Magic Mat, which goes to Ice Palace. Alright, let's try Snitch Left. Laser Bridge. And yeah. I can't get anything as a bunny, but I can bunny revive and see what's in these. So I'm gonna do that. That was mistimed. That's okay. We've got all day. There's a thing you can do with the... Well, there's an extra heart for what that's worth. There's just things you can do. They call it laser skip. Or if you're lined up correctly and you dash, you kind of squeeze past it. But I think there's also an element of timing involved. Yeah, like that. There's a potion. And here I should be able to use the iframes to get the big key of the Tower of Hera. Okay, and this comes out at the well. Okay. That's kind of convenient because it at least means we're still in the area and can check more stuff. Okay, let's check next right then. I have my entrance kind of organized left to right, top to bottom. Right, and if you run into the snitch, or run in the house and lock the door. Okay, this is the upgrade cave. So, good to keep in mind. But it's certainly not progression. Yeah, we can check the chicken hut. And chicken hut is the front of TR. Yeah, that seems to happen weirdly often. Entrances to TR in Kakariko. Also, I'm hearing something shoot fireballs. Which it's kind of weird. Okay, this comes out at... spec left. But that puts us back on the mountain where there's not that much to see, really. That's Dark World Mountain. Was there one that took us back to... Yes, Spec Top takes us back to Kakariko. Okay, so back in Kakariko, let's check Sick Kid. And I think that'll be it for this session, because we're up to 20 minutes. There's also back of Tavern, but you can't do anything here as a bunny. This will always go to the same place, because it's the only entrance that goes in that direction. Okay, Sick Kid is Fairy Ascent Bottom. Have we already seen this? I can't remember. Fairy Ascent Top exits to Hera. But we have not seen where the bottom goes, so let's head back out and see where it goes. Okay. That's, at least for the moment, not terribly useful. It's Light Mound Winds, right? Where's the other end of... Okay, was there anything we can get to from here that's worth trying? Fairy Ascent Bottom goes to... But you need the mitts to get to that, so... Spiral Cave is on top of the mountain. Yeah, none of these entrances down here are useful, so... Wait, did you get a bottle? Have we seen Sick Kid? No, we've seen the Sick Kid entrance, but not Sick Kid himself. So, yeah, this is looking like save and quit time. There's the maps and compasses we have. Not terribly useful, but it's nice to have them. As the keys and big keys we have, some of them useful, some of them not as useful. But yeah, big find this time was the sword. Oh, and the gloves, of course. We have gloves, we have a sword, we have a bottle, which will come in handy when we find Sick Kid, plus it's nice to have. But, yeah. Looks like we're going back to checking entrances. Oh, and there's also Ganon's Tower, so I might want to go there next. We'll see. Regardless, this has been ALttPR. I'm playing Link to the Past Randomizer Litemare mode. Come back next time for more.